Hi, Walter Box on the Box Rock and Celluloid, Bok for short. I'm over Box. So we're going to do a little album ranking today, and I'm going to rank the albums of Winger. There's done 7 studio albums, so I'm going to go from 7 to number 1. So my 7th choice is, ironically, it's their album 7, their most recent album. I do like this record. I think it's good, and it may move up the ranking the more I get to know it, although I have listened to it quite a lot of times. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it's better or anything suitably different enough from the other albums. But I really like Proud Desperado, the other 2 singles. There's the excellent long ballad at the end with the epic guitar solo by Reb. So a solid record. Winger don't make bad records, and 7's no exception. So a number 6 choice, I'm going to go for Winger 4. Again, I do like this record. I don't like the production as much. I think it's recorded at a time where home studio gear and plugins aren't quite as good as they are now. So it's got a rough quality to it. But what's interesting about this is how it uses the Iraq War, and it's from 2006, so it's still very much in the consciousness as a platform to sort of build lyrics about what's going on in America and American foreign policy. Four Leaf Clover, opening track. God, I'm trying to remember the title. I haven't got my computer here with me. That's really good, really grinding riff. And I think the last track as well, really sort of reiterating that when you've done, when the Bush administration has done what it's done, so to speak, you can't take it back. You can't go back on that. So again, an interesting and more serious record, and I think a deliberate attempt to come back and go, look, forget that band that did 17, and can't get enough and so on. We like that kind of stuff, but we also had a more serious side, a more progressive side, and that they bring that out. So credit to the band for doing that. It would have been easy for them to do a more typical Winger record after the big gap, but they didn't. So, excellent. So tricky one next for this, but I'm going to pick a number 5, Better Days Coming. So maybe nearly made number 4 this. Really good record, title track's really good fun. I remember that track when I first heard it, got the album, I couldn't quite get into it, but I do like that. Rat Race is just a really good up-tempo rocker. You've got excellent ballads on it, they're really good. So the whole album is strong, the writing's strong, the production's strong. The reason I picked the next album, number 4, which is Karma, is although I might think Better Days Coming slightly more consistent, I think Karma has got, when the tracks are really good, they really stand out. You got excellent tracks like Pull Me Under with that really cool solo by Reb Beach. The final track has an epic Reb solo, and then Witness is another like really good power ballad. Supernova, another cool track. I think a lot of people really like this album because it's got the kind of more the classic Winger sound. So this is the album immediately after Winger 4, 2009, 3-year gap. So I think they were sort of conscious, let's make a more of a typical Winger album. Okay, so the top 3 albums, you won't be surprised what they are. It's probably the order in. So my number 3 is Into the Heart of the Young. I would say that this, the previous 2 placings would run this close. I do think this is a really good record with classic Winger tracks. I just think it's let down by a couple of duffers, which is Little Dirty Blonde, which is really shit, and Baptised by Fire. Baptised by Fire could have been okay, but it's got that dreadful rap in it. I've always said to mates, you take those 2 tracks out, and all I ever wanted, the great B-side of Miles Away, and you've got a much better album. But lots of good tracks, I still can't get enough. I should say, I think this track, particularly the track Can't Get Enough, is one of the best produced hard rock tracks of its time. Just the guitar sound, the bottom end, the drums, vocals, everything. Brilliant job by Beau Hill. That track's great. Miles Away is such a good ballad. In a Day We Never See, kind of a really good rocker. Under One Condition, a good power ballad with some good proggy bits. I really like the title track as well. And so on. Loosen Up's cool. So it's a really good record. I think Reb's solo's a bit bare in his lead. There could be a bit more lead, but it's a good record, really good. It could almost be great. It's just like I said, it's just those 2 tracks. So number 2, number 1, again, this is a close run thing. Number 2, I'm going for Pull. I think I'm picking this number 2. I think it's a great record. It's really consistent. It probably just misses out on having a more classic Winger tracks. So Brown Revolution, Mad, Junkyard Dog, Down Incognito, obviously the 3 tracks that people don't really know what off this. I mean, you've got great tracks like Who's the One, In for the Kill, and so on. I think the production by the band and Mike Shipley is really good. It's weird looking at the inside sleeve where they're in denim and just leather jackets, but it's too late. Maybe if they'd got this album out really sharpish in early '92, maybe they could have got not quite sort of burned by the grunge thing. But by the time it came out, it was just that bit too late. But quality songs from start to finish, a mature post-glam metal album. I mean, people hate the word hair metal, glam metal, 80s hard rock. I think it's a good umbrella term to describe the mix of guitar heroics, melodic vocals, a way of doing the material that was good for radio. If I say to someone, I like glam metal or hair metal, it kind of tells you sort of what it's like. And I think Winger did an album that kind of kept the elements of that people liked, but had a maturity. But it wasn't to be. Album cover's not great. They should always keep the branding as well. So my number 1 choice is a debut album, and I think with this why I picked this number 1, it is because it's got 17 on Madeleine, Heading for a Heartbreak, those classic tracks, Hungry, real staples of the Winger experience. Emergency's good. I like Without the Night. It's a really good power ballad, even like the Purple Haze cover. I think Poison Ivy's the worst track, but it is a really good record, cool cover, and I think it's a classic album of that era. 1988, it's coming out perfectly in that era. That run of albums from sort of got Motley Crue, Quiet Riot in '83 with Shout at the Devil and Metal Health, all these LA metal, hair metal, glam metal, whatever you want to call it, and going through to '88, year before he got back for Attacked by Dokken, the Rat albums of '84, '85, and so on. That's the kind of purple patch period, and the Winger album comes at the tail end of that, and they managed to do well with the next album, but a lot of bands do start to struggle after that. Okay, that's my Winger ranking. Just apologies for not remembering all the tracks. In my office, I've not got access to my computer. I've not wrote the tracks down, but that's my ranking anyway. Number 7 is 7 by Winger. 6, Better Days Coming. 6, Winger 4. 5, Better Days Coming. 4, Karma. 3, In the Heart of the Young. 2, Pull, and number 1, Winger. Like I said, they never made a bad album. Check them out. And I'll see you again soon. Maybe share and subscribe. Thank you.